Well, good day. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Johnny Nocash. You're listening to a brand new episode of Life with Johnny Nocash, the only podcast that decreases in production value as it continues. My mic stand crapped out on me, and my light, guaranteed, if you're watching this, it's going to go out at some point. It's just hanging on. And it's all my damn fault. I wrapped the cord wrong, so fuck me. But I decided to do an episode today. A lot of things have been on my mind, and I got a lot of updates regarding van life and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't mind that I'm going to be switching the mic back and forth. I don't have both hands to... Ow! Fuck! I don't have both hands to express myself like normal, so bear with me. But with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in to a brand new episode, doing your thing. Thanks a lot for liking the podcast, subscribing to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that. And let's get into a very, very interesting topic, especially these days. And it's a topic that I've been talking about quite a bit with some of my friends, but dating. Because, I mean, it piques everybody's interest, whether you're in a relationship or not. It piques your interest. You know? So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I know I've kind of discussed it in the past, but there's a little update, okay? So here we go. Let's jump into it right now. I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Life with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck don't know. I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans. All right, so as you can probably already see, I'm having a little bit of a hard time, adjusting to holding the mic up to my face, and especially for a long period of time. But bear with me. I'll get through it. But I hope y'all are doing well. Thanks again for tuning in. It's been, I guess, a couple of weeks since the last one, and as you can see, I'm in my van. I'm not house sitting anymore, and it's good to be back. It's good to be back, I like fucking van life. I like the idea, and we're going to talk a lot about that because, I was saying in the last one, that, like, the end of van life, what's the fucking plan, all this kind of shit. Well, I'm actually, I have a showing tomorrow. So me moving forward is definitely going to happen. I still don't really fucking know what. I've got some pretty wild ideas. I'm not entirely sure if I want to share them right now, just because, man, like, when you say to somebody when something's coming up and you almost fucking jinx it, you're like, I shouldn't have said shit. Well, that's kind of, where I'm at right now. But I'll share it eventually. But yeah, the van is up for sale, and I've got a showing tomorrow, and it's really fucking weird that I decided to do a podcast on a day when I should be cleaning the damn thing. But priorities, you guys come first, clearly. So, it is nerve-wracking, thinking that this is no longer going to be my home. Here in Vancouver, we are coming up to springtime. I know my folks and family and friends all back east are just getting pummeled by the snow, and it sucks. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I see it on the news, and you guys are just getting fucked. So shitty for you. And decent out here for us. We actually had a week where it didn't fucking rain. Almost a full week. Didn't fucking rain. Couldn't believe it. And it's raining today, of course. But we are now into springtime, and I have a feeling that selling the van is going to be a lot easier. A lot of people are going to be deciding to, take their road trips right around now. I mean, especially here in British Columbia, man, like the campsites fill up months before they even open. So people are, planning their summer trips right now or potential summer homes. And I figured let's get it up there, out on the market, and see if there's any nibbles. And hopefully tomorrow things go well. We'll see. And I'll definitely have some updates regarding where the fuck I'm sleeping. I guess I could get a fucking tent. Who knows? But shit's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. That's the way you got to look at things, is you just got to make it fucking happen. It's not the end of the world. And I kind of like the idea of moving forward. To be perfectly honest, man. To be perfectly honest, I like change. I like switching it up, even though I eat beans and fucking hot dogs pretty much every goddamn day. You know, as I've said before, I'm not a foodie. But as far as living conditions, I like switching it up. So I've got a story to tell, but not just, my story. I want to talk about dating in general. For everybody out there who's in a relationship, I fucking applaud you. And for anybody who's been in a relationship before this whole, online dating shit has kind of taken over the world as far as meeting people and things like that, you're lucky. You're real fucking lucky. Because it's a nightmare. Not just for men, but for women too. Everyone's having a real fucking hard time in the dating world. And I've talked to many, many people about this. Some of my guy friends, some of my girlfriends, like, how is it? And I love picking their brains. But I mean, these days, I'm sure you've heard about all these websites. It's these apps that are free. And I put that in huge fucking quotations because it is technically free. But what these fucking apps do is they break you down. They start kind of getting at your self-esteem, your own fucking self-confidence, because nothing's working out. Nothing is working out. Everyone's attention span, as I'm sure y'all can agree with this, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's just like, think about it when you're scrolling through YouTube or some shit. You watch a couple seconds and then you move on. And not because, the video, or in this case, I'm referring to people as videos, because that's what they are. It's basically a photograph and you're window shopping. And, and even if you like it, you're like, what else is there? Even if it's a fucking deal, you check out what else there is. You might find something better. And honestly, the more we keep doing this, the more our standards are fucking going up, but then our egos are going down. You're like, fuck, should we settle? Should I not? Should I keep looking? This is an interesting topic. And it's tough because it's a sensitive topic. Nobody likes to admit that they're single. Nobody, I don't know why. There's this stigma around being single. If you ask if you ask somebody, are you single? You can tell that their soul is dying a little bit inside whenever they admit, or they'll flat out kind of avoid the question. And I don't know why. Because it sucks being single. I think ultimately, sure, if you're getting out of a relationship, you need some time. It's always fun to be single. Get your shit together so you're not bringing your shit onto somebody else's shit, because then it's just a huge piling, steaming fucking bag of shit together, mixed in. It's not good. So I'd like to know, this is something, this is, again, you can feel free to comment, but it's interesting to get other people's perspectives on this, because am I the only one? I know I'm not, because I've talked to my friends about this shit too, and they say the exact same thing. They're having such a hard time. And I mean, so if you have something like Tinder, okay, I'm going to break this down because I know that maybe some of my listeners don't know anything about these dating apps, and I'm going to break it fucking down for you so you know what the hell I'm talking about. So when Tinder first came out, this is probably about almost a decade ago. It was designed originally as just a quick fix kind of hookup app. And that means you just meet somebody, you see if it works, kind of like speed dating, because you had a quick, very short bio and then your photos. And that was it. It was real, bare bones, and basically extremely surfaced. And a lot of times people wouldn't even fucking put a bio. They got more skill uploading photographs than they do typing something out. Anything would be nice, because then you're objectifying them if you're commenting on their photo. It's a lose-lose. So Tinder was basically designed, and you'd match with somebody. If somebody liked you and it was completely anonymous. Like, I mean, you didn't know if somebody liked you, but if you just happen to come across somebody and you liked them and they had liked you previously, it's a match, and then you're free to communicate. And of course, there's other apps out there that are a little less, basic in the sense of, you have a bit more of a bio. Another one is Bumble. So Bumble is like the competing dating app, and the strategic fucking planning of Bumble so it could stand out from Tinder was that the woman would message you first. So she felt comfortable, after matching you, she wouldn't get bombarded with fucking random, disgusting, most of the time, messages from these guys. So they would initiate. And that was the big selling point. This is the initiation where women could, say, "G'day, what's going on?" and get the fucking conversation going. Sorry, I smoked a joint earlier, and I've been up since 5 a.m, like planning this entire, next chapter of my life. So please bear with me. And also, I'm holding a damn microphone. So this is all new, and I'm a little buzzed. And fucking wired on coffee. One fucking coffee, man, fucks me up. Woo! So back to the dating thing. There's Bumble, there's Tinder, then there's a couple other ones. There's like Match.com, and that's more for the professional. So if you got some money and you want to invest in like a potential match, then you gotta fucking sign up, emails, all this kind of shit. You gotta pay like a subscription fees to get the fucking ones that match closer to you, and it's all a big money grab. And then the next thing you know, you've got basically like a fucking monthly hydro bill for these dating apps, and you're not meeting anybody. And the problem is again, like, people are just window shopping way too much. And then it's too late. Then you get too old, and you're like, fuck, I probably should have swiped or maybe messaged that person that I didn't, because I was too fucking, caught up in what else is out there. And it's a terrible way of thinking. And I mean, personally, I grew up in a very kind of traditional, upbringing. I'm not into polyamory. And again, for my older listeners, polyamory is when you have like an open relationship type thing where you can date multiple people. And it's discussed. Like, there's a dialogue between you and your partner that this is what, this is how you want to live, and this is what you're into. And that has to be ultimately agreed upon, or it's fucking cheating. But this is another popular thing that's, kind of blown up. And I think the thing is a lot of people are terrified of commitment and rejection. I don't know. I'm an actor, so I'm really used to rejection. So I don't give a fuck. But I do get it. Rejection sucks. And a lot of people are terrified of rejection. A lot of people are just terrified of fucking communicating these days, it seems. It's so easy to message somebody, but on maybe Instagram or some shit. But when it comes to a dating app, everyone fucking tenses up. It's like, I don't know if I can commit to this. I don't know if I can go through with it. Trust me, this goes both ways. A lot of women probably got bombarded with extremely overconfident men, but they're pricks. Usually the ones that I don't know. I don't know. I don't swing that way, so I'm not entirely sure. But from some of my girlfriends' experiences, it can be ludicrous, some of the fucking messages that they get from these thirsty as hell dudes. So the dating world is just fucking absolutely impossible. You really gotta be either desperate, which is okay. If you've been single for a while, I don't fucking blame you for being desperate. It's like, Christ, somebody love me. God damn it. It happens, man. It happens to everybody. And I think it's happening more and more, as time moves on, especially after the lockdown. That's pretty much the only way. It's like society teaching you to have distance, to not have a real commitment. It's like, done, click, fucking escape, exit conversation, boom, Irish goodbye, see you later. It's so easy. and people are learning to accept it. People are like, that's just how it is. People get ghosted all the time. And you know what? I don't think ghosting is all that bad, actually, anymore. Ghosting, by the way, to my older listeners, is when you just stop talking to somebody. Like, there's no, there's no conversation kind of breaking it off. But that's just it. If you're dating, what do you owe anybody? Really? Unless you're committed or unless you've created a bond to some degree, what do you fucking owe them? Somebody doesn't talk to me, I take it as a pretty fucking standard hint. It's like, all right, they're done. Some people get real pissed off. At one point, it really did bother me. Like if I was to match with somebody and then all of a sudden, I'd have a dialogue with them and then they just fucking ghosted you. Used to really piss me off. But I think it's part of how, we're evolving. We're just, taking people and ditching them like it's trash. And, you can bitch about it all fucking day long. It's not going to change how people are going to act. And that's the thing. You can sit there and be like, yeah, fuck these people for not getting back, not having the decency to get back to me. But in the end, give it a day. You'll get over it. Fuck, man. So, it's tricky. It's tricky, man. And a lot of my friends, I love having this conversation. I don't know. I even listen to, these podcasts online of, these horrible nightmare dates and shit. I find it so entertaining from my perspective because I'm not there. I'm not going through it, right? It makes you think to yourself, it ain't that bad as long as I'm not going through what these people are going through. But, I love, it just fucking gets me riled up. It really does. Dating is so, near impossible these days. And to meet somebody, you need fucking money. And what do you mean? Just go and fuck. No, it doesn't work like that. The only time you can meet somebody in the fucking wild is if you got cash. And what I mean by that is you need to be somewhere. You got it. You want to fucking meet somebody, you got to buy a coffee and to see somebody. Maybe at the library, but then they're shushing you. You can't even fucking talk in the library. So, what do you go to a bar, drop $100 on the off chance that you maybe talk to somebody. It's rare. It happens though, but you got to fucking drop that kind of cash. It's not like the good old days where you'd just be sitting at a fucking picnic table, twirling your thumbs, and somebody would come up and be like, "G'day, how's the day? You mind if I sit here?" Nope. Those days are over. So, and I love hearing from both perspectives as well, because women are having a fucking hard time. Well, they've got it a little bit better. Okay, hear me out. Hear me the fuck out. For women, the reason why I think it is better, or at least easier, is they got the pick of the rump. Is that the runt? Rump could work too. They got the pick. There's 100 fucking matches that they got, and they can whittle it down. Us dudes are like, fucking goddamn, just rain. Rain, goddamn it, I'm thirsty. Nothing. It's polar opposite in that sense. So women get to pick, they'll narrow it down from the 100. And this is true. A lot of people are like, no, I'm telling you. A lot of my girlfriends will say their inboxes are just fucking swamped. So they get to go through all the fucking people, be like, this guy's good looking, and he had a really good intro line. He said hello more uniquely than all these other guys. So all those other guys get wheedled out. And then somebody else might have a really good job, maybe not as attractive, but they're like, whatever. I'll give this guy a shot. But then the problem is that these dudes they're swiping still. They're still fucking swiping because they know that they're being whittled. With every message that they send, they're fucking shaking like, God damn it. Am I going to make the fucking test? Am I going to pass? Send. And then you wait.
You wait because somebody else is messaging them. But the problem is like, for women, is like that. That's exactly what I mean. For women, you get all these guys that are just trying too fucking hard. So sure, you're matching with lots of opportunities, lots of options, but you're also getting these like really fucking like on edge men. And that could be extremely overly sexual, or it could be like just extremely shy with no fucking confidence because they're like, fuck it, I don't got anything witty to say, send. Right? So, and yeah, it's just a fucking nightmare for everybody, you know? And I think, you know, as a guy, well, fuck, this is what happened to me. Here's a fucking story. This is fucked. This is fucked. So as I said earlier, I'm a much more traditional person. Like, I'm not putting on my profile, let's bang. All right? Like, I'm pretty fucking, I'm a gentleman, I'd like to say. So anyway, I fucking matched with this girl, which was fucking crazy. What are the odds of that? This is a while back. And yeah, that just goes to show how often this happens. So this was a while back. And anyway, we just started talking. She was a nice girl. And we ended up, I was like, well, we were talking about food. And I'm not a good cook, as you fucking know. I'm not a good cook. But it's all I can offer because I can't afford taking anybody out for dinner. Fuck that. So I'm like, well, I could cook you something. Pretty good at cooking spaghetti. Now you're probably thinking, fuck, man, you're blowing it. But I cook a fucking mean spaghetti. Like, I gotta say, it's a solid 7.5. Like, as far as professional chef wise. But so I convinced her. I was like, because she was like spaghetti, and I was like, I'm telling you, I'm thinking money too. Like, I'll be honest, I'm thinking money. Like, I can't fucking get like ribs or a steak. No. I'll cook a fucking hearty, good spaghetti with garlic bread. So anyway, yeah, she says, yeah, for sure. You can cook me dinner. So I go to the fucking store, and you guys already know that, you know, my huge, like, vendetta against, or what's been happening these days with prices. So I end up going to the store. It's like some hoity-toity, hipster-ass fucking place that it was just astronomical, the amount of money that I spent on this fucking meal. Astronomical for spaghetti. It was like $60 for all the shit. It was like, for a bell pepper, I was like tapping into my fucking savings. So I buy all the shit, and I go and I pick her up. I make it dinner, and everything's cool. Like, yeah, like we had good chemistry. It was surprising. You know, maybe not my type. I was just saying that, you know, we like our attention span. I don't know, man. Like I'll be brutally honest. Just not physically my type. Okay? You can have fucking, you can say these things. All right? Being honest. I'm sure you got a type too. You know, sometimes they're just not your type. But that being said, great conversations. Like, we had a really good banter back and forth. Anyway, the point of the fucking matter is, this is so fucked, and I don't give a shit how it comes across. I don't give a shit, you know, what you guys think out there. But I cooked this meal, and I'm simmering. Like, I'm making a good fucking pasta sauce. And I'm killing it. And it fucking took me like 2 hours, you know, like to properly get it marinated, all the shit. 2 fucking hours. I was ready. I was like, all right, it's time to eat. Fucking garlic bread, the whole goddamn 9. It was just perfect. And she's got the balls to say that she already ate. What do you mean you fucking already ate? We talked about this. This was the date. This was the date. And like, you know how not only I'm like, well, there goes fucking $60. I could have easily just gotten a frozen pizza and tossed it in if I was going to be eating alone. Like, I don't need this fancy spaghetti on a regular night. No. Couldn't believe it. Fucking pissed. I was really pissed off. Not pissed off, just really annoyed and upset. I never cook like that. I fucking, as you know, I normally cook fucking beans and real simple shit. Nope. So there I am, eating this fucking meal in front of her. Well, she's drinking my booze too. Oh, the booze is good enough. That was another thing. The booze was good enough. The food wasn't. Give me a fucking break. But this is how it is. This is how it Oh, and the point of the story was she literally just wanted to hook up. Couldn't believe it. And I didn't. I was upset. I was not in the fucking mood. Not after that. So, you can't have your cake and eat it too there, babe. So, no. I just, I was, yep. I mean, we just sat there and fucking continued to drink my bottle. That was it. It's like, nope, not going through with your ulterior motives here. I was under the impression, like I said, very traditional. I like to fucking get to know somebody before I go to that phase. I'm not just going to bang somebody after meeting them for the first time. It's just not my style. It's cool if it's yours. I could give a shit what you do. That's cool. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm actually kind of envious of people that can do that. Because, or at least having the option, like mentally. Being like, you know what? I'm doing this tonight. I don't know. It's just not me. It's just not my thing. And again, if it's your thing, that's cool. Fucking all the power to you. As long as you're being safe. So that's how it is. It's like, everyone's looking for something, but it's a million boxes that need to be checked off. It's a million fucking boxes. And they got to be checked off in certain order, too. It's fucked. And everybody's like this. We're getting more and more like in our heads. We're getting more and more self-conscious, but yet our standards are constantly fucking going up. Even though we're getting older and shittier and fucking crankier, standards are going up. I don't get it. It's okay, but honestly, we're going to live in a very fucking lonely world if we don't just fucking tuck our tail between our legs and fucking go with the flow. And just like take a chance. Go out. Say good day. Message the person that you want to message. Fucking reach out. But yeah. Oh, one other fucking talking about ghosting. This was the last time I gave a shit about ghosting. This was, again, a while back. I met this cop online. Yeah, I get pulled over. Hey, I want to go out sometime. Stranger things have happened. So I meet this girl online. Turns out to be a cop. And, I'm really intrigued. Why? Because I fucking love true crime shit. And I love talking about, cases. And, honestly, that's pretty much all I watch is, true crime shit. So I really wanted to talk to her about this. Anyway, she was stringing me along for a couple fucking weeks. Until finally, I was like, are we going to go out or what? She says yes. She picks a spot, which wasn't fucking close, real far. And I was down, though. I was like, fuck it, I'll just have a beer or something like that. We'll get some fucking wings. We were talking about wings, and I fucking love wings. We'll get some wings, and I'm also thinking wings are usually cheap-ish. Never. I'm not going off on a tangent about fucking chicken wings today. But I like them. And so She gives me the name of the place. She gives me a fucking time. I'm extremely punctual, by the way. Extremely. Almost to a fault. So if I have to be at somewhere for 8, I'm there at like 7:30. Not even 7:50. Like, I'm stupidly punctual. It's bad. So I show up, piss and rain too. Just fucking piss and rain. And there's no way I'm going into the bar until she's there. Why? Because I know I'm going to get a beer. You know, I know that's what bars do. It sucks you in, especially for your fucking alcoholics out there. It's just like dangling a sausage in front of a dog. You know, it's the same shit. So I'm staying in the van. I'm not fucking meeting her until she arrives. Because I know myself. Fucking know myself. Plus, beers are... Anyway. Well, I sat there for almost 2 fucking hours. Just didn't even show. Didn't even fucking text to say, I'm running late. Or, you know what, I'm getting cold feet. It's, nothing. Nothing like that. No explanation. Nada. And I was, of course I was pissed. But that was the last time I was like, you know what? If you make plans with somebody, I was saying earlier, I don't really care about ghosting. Like, if you're just texting back and forth and you lose interest, I could give a shit. But if you make plans and you, physically ghost someone, that's just being a shitty person. That's just having no respect for your time or, respect for the other individual whatsoever. I think that's a real shitty move. And if you do that, fuck you. If you're that kind of person, go fuck yourself. Unsubscribe. But, if you got an explanation, that's fine. It's okay, But anyway, I don't know, man. Dating is just fucked, and I think everybody's going through this. This wasn't just like a stoned rant, even though it was. This isn't just a stoned rant. I'm speaking the truth. This is how it is out there. And if you do want to maybe match with somebody, you got to pay the big bucks. You got to buy the premium, the gold, the diamond fucking subscription. Why? Just put some fucking ads up like a normal fucking app every 5-10 people and have us all have a fighting chance. You can't be fucking with people's emotions. And these apps just got you gripped. Gripped by the balls, gripped by the titties. I'm telling you, man, they just got you hooked. I guess there's meetups and shit like that, but again, most of these apps require cash, and the amount of commitment of just being on your damn phone. You guys all know, my opinion of being on our phones on these apps and shit like that. I'm not going to get into it, but it's just another thing to be looking down at a fucking screen all the damn time. And then being frustrated, not just with the results, but with yourself. And you're like, is something wrong with me? Am I fucking hideous? Or, is my English all fucked up? What am I doing? Nothing. Don't get yourself too down. It's happening to everybody. And to all the women out there that are getting bombarded with messages and inappropriate talk, I apologize on behalf of all the decent men out there. You don't deserve that shit. It's a terrible representation of what, a good fucking dude would speak to a woman. All right? And it's really unfortunate. And I hear about it all the fucking time. So, yeah, I'm sorry that you guys are going through that. It sucks for everybody, I gave you the man's perspective. But honestly, I know that I'm probably not going to get a lot of comments on this video because a lot of people don't like talking about this, especially in public, talking about single life or dating and things like that. But if you do want to, by all means, let me know in the comments or, send me an email or whatever, what your experience has been in modern dating, fucking future dating. What's it like? Are you guys going through the exact same things or am I way off? I love this conversation. I'll probably do another dating update. See what I did there? Later on, because it's an ongoing thing, right? And I seem to attract the fucking... I know how to pick them. I know how to pick them. Actually, you know what? I've got some of the most insane dating stories. I should seriously write a book. One of these days, I will do a couple episodes because it's going to take a while. I'll do a couple episodes. Maybe I'll sprinkle them out of a dating story, in depth, like a story, like a real story, because it's got a beginning, middle, and end. That's for sure. All of them. Oh man, thinking back. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let me know what you guys think about dating. You know, like give me some stories if you got them. And if you don't want to share them, just let me know, what are you using? Is anything working? Have you given up? You know, or are you polyamorous and you're just like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. As long as I match and I get off, I'm cool with it. You know? Tell me what's up from your perspective. Love to hear it. So anyway, you've listened to a brand new episode of Johnny Nocash, Life with Johnny Nocash. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As you always do, if you want to support the channel and support the content, you can get some merch over at the Bandcamp. All the links will be below. If you want to buy me a coffee, there's a beer, because beer's a hell of a lot better than coffee, I'll tell you that. And it's about the same fucking price, which makes no sense. I'm not getting into it, but yeah, if you want to buy a beer, you want to get some merch, you want to support, and even if you don't want to, just maybe subscribe if you want. Try and do these videos as often as I can, and I'll try and keep them updated. But until next time, you gotta stay dusty and take care of yourselves. All the best. I'm out.
I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Life with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck don't know. I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans.